So we're headed towards the tail end of our conceivability pillar, and as you can tell, that a lot of things overlap into all the pillars. If you're in conceivability, if you listen to our previous podcast, we're talking about consistency, and we're talking about connection, and so all of the pillars somewhat overlap, and that's what creates this organic relationship that we have and that we do in our style of training that we do with people. And I had a longtime client call me and say, I want you to look at this breeder. I'll pay you for your advice, and let me know what dog you would, what do you think about it? And so I didn't even go to the website and the Facebook page that she sent me to. My question back to her was, why do you want this breed? And the breed was a miniature. Wait for it.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I know, I'm like, I gotta stop breathing.
Sheepadoodle.
Oh, no.
Right.
Miniature sheepadoodle.
Yeah. So the mom, and this is a first generation, so the mom is like a 35 to 40 pound sheepdog, and the male is a 10-pound poodle.
What kind of sheepdog is that small?
I know. Right.
Problem. That has something wrong with it.
So,
Right.
I'm sad.
Yeah. So I know them really well, and I trained their first dog, and she's great, and so I really felt comfortable saying, one, why do you want this breed? Think about it. I'm going to call you tomorrow. And she really, it came down to, I like the looks, I don't want the hair, and my friend has one. And so what's, our expectations are when we see a breed that somebody has, and this is what drives us to get the breeds that we have, right? Not us, but people, society.
Yeah, somebody has one,
Yeah.
someone they know has one.
Yeah, and it's a really
or
good
someone
one.
said that was the best dog they ever had their whole life.
Right.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. And so we had a really long conversation yesterday about the crossing over of breeds, and there's arguments that can swing both ways. And here was my final argument or discussion with her, and I said, so here's the thing. I get what you're trying to get, and I understand the concept that you're trying to get in your household, and I know our household very well. And I said, here's the problem that I have. One, there's no way nature would allow that to happen, because this little poodle is not going to get up on a stool to breed even that size, a small sheepdog. So one, it's not okay for nature to go against what nature has for us. Mm-hmm. Two, every breed has breeds in it to make it. Every breed does. Mm-hmm. They're all nuts in a purebred way. But every dog was bred for purpose and a very specific job. Mm-hmm. And these doodles are they're not breeding them that way. It is all for a look and a financial gain. There's no purpose to the breeds. Mm-hmm. Why would you breed an Australian Shepherd to a poodle? Why would you breed a Border Terrier to a poodle? Why would you breed a Golden Retriever to a poodle? Like, what are you trying to accomplish other than the looks, the supposed hypoallergenic hair, which a sheepdog already technically is, it's hair, and a look, or a feel, or they're really cute.
Oh, and I get it. I
They
think most doodles are really cute, so I get that part of it.
They look like these scruffy little teddy bear things. And so it's hard for me to support it if somebody would come back and say, no, we're breeding these for this specific purpose of a job. We have found that this line of this doodle and border collie crossed takes out the craziness, and I now have a champion agility dog. Okay, I would probably maybe think about, let's see if you can get consistency now.
Yep.
With it. And how many champions can you get before you start producing? But then you can say this line is, if you want this in agility, this dog would be great for you. If you're breeding to get a cross to be, going out and hunting antlers, and you can guarantee that that cross is better than any other dog that's out there, and you can get consistency, then I might be okay with it. But the conceivability, so talking about even prior to getting a dog, the conceivability of what the dog is going to be because of somebody else is absolutely crazy to me. What's your thoughts, Melissa?
No, I had this conversation yesterday with somebody that called me wanting that, and they're like, oh, well, I want a good family dog. And I was like, well, let me tell you how many clients I like, and I'm like, they're not bred to be a good family dog. I mean, maybe that's what some people are saying.
Yeah.
But there are so many other reliable family dogs, and I think it's very unfair to all these breeds out there that have consistency in their lines. And it's not that we are saying, oh, everything has to be purebred, because there's no such thing as purebred.
Right.
And I own 2 little cocktail dogs myself. But for us to very selfishly breed sentient beings for financial gain, and because, oh my God, they look so cute.
Yeah.
I think it's very selfish to people and very, very rude to all these families that are wanting a dog, and they're like, oh, I want this dog, and let's say like my cousin had a doodle, and my cousin does, and he's a very good dog. I think he's 12 now, and he's always been just like this family dog. Well, great, but that doesn't mean that every single golden doodle is going to be like that, because genetics are complicated.
Yeah.
And there's no consistency in it. Exactly, environments are different. And so for everybody that's trying to sell these dogs to people saying, oh, they are great family dogs, they're champion agility dogs, but there's nothing behind it, we shouldn't experiment with nature.
Yeah.
Because it's going to bite us back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very, it just makes me sad that we turn down all these dogs that do have hair, are great and calm, and they're low allergen or whatever, for something that is a fad.
Yeah.
And I think that's to take it for what it is it's a fad.
Yeah.
We got over the pug blends, and now we're here. And so
Actually, I know like 4 people that got bugs for Christmas.
oh no,
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know
we're
if
coming back.
like 2 of them were like adopted, so I don't know if like somewhere like one of the rescues had.
Had some.
Yeah, because but the 2 of them were bought, and I was like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Somebody's trying to bring something back.
Bring it back, and
Yeah. Yeah. Michelle, what's your thoughts?
Oh man, I got lots. There's so much going on in my head right now. So I've been doing a lot of research on breeding dogs and more about the temperament side of it, even than like the physical and the and stuff like that. I think it'd be really, really interesting if there was a way to like have like some kind of pool to like tell like with the first generation ones, because I know it's even harder if you start getting the second and third and fourth generations of these doodles, but like the mom being the poodle versus the dad and vice versa, because in general, right, like golden retrievers are usually pretty amazing dogs, like family dogs and stuff like that, but poodles aren't. I mean, some of them are, you know what I mean, like that's
Depends.
yeah, right, but they're definitely more aggressive than a golden retriever, right?
Yep.
So I think it'd be interesting to see if it's like if the mom is the golden, how those puppies turn out versus if the mom was a poodle. Because most of the ones I know, the mom was the golden, but actually most of them I know are second or third generation, so that's why I think where it gets even harder.
Yeah.
But it's also like if they were a different set of 2 different dogs, I think people they would see the difference.
Yeah.
Because poodles are smart, so are golden retrievers. Poodles can be aggressive, but for the most part, they're usually okay. Golden retrievers are great, right? Like when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I have both of my nieces have husky German Shepherd crosses, and my one niece got one. He's probably like 2 now, and he's a really good dog. Like he's really good. He's super attached to them. He doesn't do the whole husky runaway thing. He seems to be more social than a German Shepherd is, though. Like he really really likes being around people in general. And then my other niece got one thinking she was going to get this really amazing dog because she had a husky that would not stay with her, and she wanted like the husky look, but wanted it more like her sister's dog that was going to stick with her. And this dog does stick with her, but this dog is aggressive, completely aggressive. Like. Likes maybe 3 people and is super skittish, and like the few times I've met her, I'm like, she's gonna bite somebody someday. She's still really young. She's only like 6 months old, but I'm like, she will bite somebody someday. So I think it would be more dramatic if we were doing this with other breeds than the 2 that is the most common right now. And then I think the scary thing about the sheepadoodles is there is potential for that to be aggressive, especially if the mom is the sheepdog. Like there's potential there that is kind of scary.
Yeah.
With the mom doing the imprinting on those puppies. So I don't know. I really kind of understand it, and like there is a purpose behind Melissa's dogs, like why they started doing those. There was purpose behind Labradoodles originally. From what I understand, the guy who started that completely regrets it. But, so I get why people want to do this kind of stuff, but at the same time, it's just not right to keep, like, and to promise people that they're going to have a great dog. I don't think you can do that with any breed, let alone 2 mixed breeds that you don't have a clue what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially when we start getting into 2nd and 3rd generations of these dogs. Who knows what's going on?
Yeah.
Nobody's keeping track of this stuff. Nobody.
Right.
To make them a purebred dog. Like, because that's the thing, that's not what's happening.
No.
It's not like eventually we're going to have purebred golden doodles. Because there is this weird, like, oh, I have a 1st generation, I have a 2nd generation. Not actual, like, trying to figure out how to breed them into being actual breed. Yeah. So, it's,
Yeah. Shannon?
Getting a dog because someone tells you their dog is good, to me, it is like going on a blind date.
Yeah.
Because, your friend's like, I like you and I like you, go on a date together.
Yeah.
And it's horrible.
Yeah.
And you hate the person and you have nothing in common, like usually. Some blind dates turn out okay, but the percentage, in my opinion, is like extremely low.
Yeah.
And then if you're getting a mixed breed dog where the breeds don't go together and we're not breeding for a specific purpose and watching the genetics, is like all the people in your neighborhood put a blind date pool in a hat and then you pick someone out and go on a date with them.
Yeah.
That's like the best way that I can understand, like explain it to people that maybe don't understand about genetics and breeding and all that stuff because it's not their hobby.
Yeah.
That's like really what it is.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it's sad that it's a hobby. Like, we shouldn't, like, it's cruel to mess around, like, to do it for fun.
Right.
Like, oh, you just want to do it for fun.
Yeah.
Do you know the responsibility? Like, if you really think about it,
Right.
you're changing 6 families' lives.
Yeah.
Like,
Good or
no
bad.
pressure.
Right.
Yeah, I think the dating pool, like the blind date's a really good analogy.
Yeah.
And you never know, like, looking back at, like, thinking about my old dog Chaz, he, like, looking back, I'm like, oh, he was the best dog. Oh, growing up, he was just the best. And, like, I started talking with my dad yesterday because it was his birthday, and he's like, remember how much of a jerk Chaz was? I was like, oh, yeah, he did kill all the neighbors' chickens. Oh, yeah, he did like to bite kids' bike tires, and, like, all the kids' bikes in the neighborhood tires were flat one night because he just went out and bit tires, and I was like, oh, right. But if somebody asked, I'd be like, oh, yeah, you should definitely get this breed because my childhood dog was one and he was great.
Yeah.
Well, and a great dog to me might not be a great dog to you
Right.
Yeah.
because we're different people and our families are different and we have different interests and ways that we live our life, right?
Yeah.
And even though you're getting the same breed of dog, like if you get a German Shepherd, like your whole life all you get is German Shepherds, they're all different.
Oh,
All of them are different.
Yeah.
And so that mix of whatever magic happened to make that a good dog for me
Yeah.
is not ever going to happen
Right.
again.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I can't say, oh, this dog was a really good dog for me, so you should get one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I think as you're thinking in, okay, we're gonna get a dog and that conceivability or the hopes of what it's going to become, I think it's really important to work with somebody that is not necessarily in love with the breed that you're after. Because I can point out everything as to why you should not, but I also I told her, here's what I want you to research, here's what I want you to do, and I want you to contact other trainers besides me and get their on like you are on a research of should I and shouldn't I, and then we're gonna meet and we're gonna talk about it. And I am happy to, if it's final and that's the decision, I'm happy to help you go through that journey. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna hate your dog and I'm never gonna train it. It's just, they really need to think about why. And just because you read it on the internet, because who's writing it on the internet?
The people that are trying to sell the dogs.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure. It's
And
great
of
marketing.
course they're the
Great
best
marketing.
dogs.
Yeah, yeah. And so, so I'm happy that she's thinking ahead and she's thinking about, this is what we really want, we're ready for the second dog, but also I want her to think on her own, to really not just go off of this, they're really cute.
But I mean, people should do that with every breed.
Absolutely.
If somebody called me and told me they want a Briard, I would tell them every reason why that is a bad idea,
Yeah.
even if you've had dogs your entire life.
Yep,
So,
for sure.
even Siggy, who's really has been so far pretty damn easy, and what I understand of their breed is they're pretty, they could really adapt to anybody.
Yeah,
I still would not just be like, yeah, go get one.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
yeah. But I think that's the same thing with rescue. Really think about what you want and
right.
finding that right dog. Like
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to rescue, let's go on that journey and rescue,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, I think it's also important to say I don't hate doodles. Like, I mean, I really hate this whole craze that's going on.
Yeah.
But I've had some in my house that we had one that stayed with us. How long was Penny with us? She was with us for
Oh, geez, months.
months and months and months. And
Yeah.
if her parents would have called and said, "Hey, we decided we would have kept her." Like,
Yeah.
hands down, that dog would have been a part of
Yeah,
our lives.
for
Like, she
sure.
was
Yeah.
completely connected to us and great.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, I have a Bernedoodle that's staying with me, and she's just pleasant. Her owner's done a great job with her, and
Yeah.
she's pretty uneventful, and she's a great companion for her. But that's the thing is understanding why and what you're getting is not going to be the same as somebody else, and I am more fine with a standard poodle breeding to a Bernese mountain dog than I am with a smaller size sheepdog.
I really want. Do you think it's a bearded collie that's like instead of an actual sheepdog? Do you think they're getting that look? Because that's weird. Because the beardeds are smaller.
Yeah.
So you think of that? So that I don't know. I just think
I don't
that's
know.
the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah,
Like
but we're
40 pounds
gonna-
for a sheepdog.
Right. We're gonna AI a mini poodle to get littles, and I said, and there's no guarantee
No.
that you're gonna get a little one.
Yeah. I mean, Rosie, I think
Oh,
her owner said
geez.
she outgrew both of her parents by at least 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Both of her parents. Not
Yeah.
like.
Yep.
So who knows? You could
Right.
they could end up with a 50-pound dog.
Oh, easy. They could even end up with an 80-pound.
Right? If it gets
Yeah.
more
Depends
of
on-
this sheepdog in it.
Yeah.
Genes,
Yeah. So, so looking to the future and understanding what you want, then reach out to trainers, not breeders of the breed, and really go on a journey and don't get rushed into it. I think you have to have a vision to start with. You have to have, these expectations out there of what you want, and you for sure have to fall in love with the look, and something's got to connect there. But I would say over and over and over, you don't just go out on your own and do it. I think there's so much value to working with a trainer to help you on that journey to make the best decision based on all the research that you and the trainer do together to help you, and to have the expectations higher than just a look, for sure, and a size.